Hi, my name is Tomas Ryan, manager of the Teagasc Pig Research Facility, and welcome to this week's update on how the facility's been going over the last 3 weeks. So as I just said, it's been 3 weeks since the last update. That is our batch cycle, as you know from previous videos, the 3-week system. So we can give a quick recap on how the unit has performed over the last 3 weeks. Our weaning last week saw 33 sows come out. We weaned 13.5 piglets per sow, roughly 450 piglets. And they've gone into their first stage accommodation. The sows are out now, being served the last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week. Served 34 sows in this batch, and at the end of this week on Friday we will bring in next week's farrowing, which is around 32 sows to come in. So that just gives you a little brief overview as to how the unit's been going over the last while. The weaning figures and transfer figures we have for the last while are pretty much 8.3, 8.4 kilos on our pigs at weaning. Transfer of pigs to the finishing stage at week 11 of life is still averaging around 35 kilos, and our carcass weight year to date is still holding north of 90 kilos, which is just around 90.5 kilos at the moment. As I said in previous updates, we have seen a slight reduction in sale weight lately due to some forward selling in light of recent events. So what I thought we'd touch on as well this week, because this is a research facility and we've given a fairly comprehensive background now onto how the unit functions and the cycle of the unit, it's time to talk about some of the research that's going on here at the moment. So a trial that's quite end user relevant, and what we're speaking about is a trial recently completed by one of our PhD candidates, Jordi Camp Montoro. So I suppose simply just to give a quick recap on Jordi's experiments and how they were laid out. The pens were either loosely stocked at 10 pigs per pen or heavily stocked at 13 pigs per pen. There was different levels of lysine included in the diets, allocated to different pens of pigs. And also some of the treatments, the pens were mixed at transfer to the finisher stage at around 35 kilos. Now, a lot of these treatments weren't applied to the pigs until they were around 60 kilos in size, and they would have been on them then up until slaughter at about week 21. So interestingly enough, these are all single space wet dry feeders in each pen. So what was found was the heavily stocked pens, there was a reduction in growth rate and also an increase in FCR and aggression. The effect of mixing pigs are transferred to the finisher stage, as opposed to keeping intact litters, which some of the treatments would have been on, can also result in a reduction in growth rates, similarly enough to those that were found from the pigs that were fed the inappropriate lysine levels. So this kind of backs up what we would normally see, and it's quite an interesting, very end user relevant fact that the actual costing growth in time that the effect of mixing pigs can have on a pen of pigs. So another research trial that's going on here at the moment is one run by Dr. Lawler. That trial is a wet feed one. It's looking at different inclusion levels of rye in the diet. So I think the inclusion levels there are 0, 20, 40 and 60% rye. That trial is currently halfway through its experiment, and that will finish around late June or mid-June. So there should be some results available on that one towards July.